EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Marr now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8.
Here we go. Back man. 280. 54. Right. 54. Touchdown. Defense.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot.
Here we go. Here we go. 280. 54.
On 2nd and 15 now. Wentz is going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wentz going to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Austin. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
26.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And down he goes just beyond the 35. And that pretty move got him some extra space to run. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Prescott to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Prescott now. He's got his target. It's caught. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards, the final tally.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 37 yards, and the Cowboys have taken the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Working from the gun. Wentz. Jackson's got it over the middle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz.
Here we go. Waiting. Check. Watch 54. Let's put him on the bus.
Wentz now on 1st down. This one complete to Sproles. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Straight 15.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. From the 27, Wentz, a quick throw but incomplete.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Wentz. Aguilar has it. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, 27 yards. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I got him.
On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
I got it.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Check 99. Check 99.
On second down now, it's Elliott. And he's got some space here. 15 yards on the play, first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
So after a good run by Zeke, another first and 10.
Kill. 4 down. Check. 4 down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And so Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up first and 10. Now this will go for 5 up to the 33.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Empty. What's this up?
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. A give to Howard. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They go counter with Howard, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now Austin. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Oh, he's looking long for Witten. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Prescott from the gun. Going right side, he has Witten. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now.
Prescott yet again. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Watch the twins.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll throw again. Prescott. There goes a deep ball. End zone. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it. Couldn't get it. And it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. It gets it over the middle of Cobb. And And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Watch the pass. Check. 53.
To the air again, Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Oh, how about this on first and goal? And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Michael Gallup in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up first and 10. Sproles. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Again, it's Elliott. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go again.
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
On second down, Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Prescott. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll get this inside of Philly's 20 before being taken down. A big play here for Dallas. 43 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. 10th carry now for Elliott. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Here we go.
Now Elliott, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Double tight, guys. Hey, kill. You got 47. 51.
Here's Prescott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 40.
Big series right here.
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Mike, here we go. 180. Check. Crunch. Sunday.
On play action, Wentz. Caught right side is Jeffrey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. They've really been able to contain Alshon Jeffrey. That catch a rare exception in this game.
And that's a feather in their cap because he's such a tone setter for his team on offense that they try and get him the ball early. And, of course, what comes after that is often. And for them to limit him and him not catch a ball until the second half, it's a big reason why his team is behind on the scoreboard.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Wins to throw again. Forced out to his left. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Black, come on. Check 20.
Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles get a score closer. Second effort there, he was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Here we go, here we go. Go ahead, 54 Mike. Too low, tap.
On play action, Prescott going to take a shot for Gallup. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was Jalen Mills getting a hand in there defensively. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline. We'll
call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Working from the gun, Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. Well, down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Prescott. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. A good start there on this 4th quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by George Iloka. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Space to maneuver at the 40. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Now they'll let Orwally have a crack at it. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Marr able to put this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Go. 54 miles.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas.